We actually made them.
Why don't you, how about this? Why don't one of you guys pull up and catch the fade? Like, let's just keep it simple, bro. Pull up and catch the fade, bro.
Oh.
Every night!
Well, that would indicate that it's a VPN. Because that would mean the IP address is always changing. Damn, you know what? I always used to laugh at the dead internet theory, right? I was like, there's no way there's no way that's real. There's no way there's no way that. We're literally watching the Terminator happen right before our eyes. We're watching AI become more and more powerful by the day. We're watching the dead internet theory continue to just climb up in percentages daily. I wonder, where did they get that idea from, of the whole Skynet shit of AI taking over back in the fucking 1980s? Like, where did they get this shit from? Strange. Nigga said sci-fi books. Do you know what sci-fi is? How many people in here know what sci-fi actually is? Sci-fi is just science that either has not been given to the general public yet, or it's just things that just haven't been able to come to fruition, haven't been created yet. This would have been sci-fi in the 90s, right? This was sci-fi. It's just scientific depictions that just have not been front ran yet. That means those are things that can come true. They just have not came true yet. Exactly. Yeah. Science fiction is tech outside of our limits. Yeah. There's another way to put it. Damn, we're really living in it. Like, how do we know cryo sleep is science fiction? It's just not something that's been given to the general public yet. How do we know Stargates is science fiction? We don't. That's just something that obviously wouldn't be given to the general public, because why would you give... I know what fiction means, but you're not catching my drift. Didn't I just fucking say that in the 90s this would have been fucking science fiction? When you watch an old Star Trek show, a lot of that shit they have in the show, outside of like warp speed and things like that, a lot of their communication techs, bro, that's shit we got now. Little phones with screens and shit like that. But teleportation be real? Here's the thing. How can we say it's not? If the mathematics is there and it's something that actually can be done, if we could figure out the algorithms, how is it false? Maybe we just, for all we know, maybe teleportation is real and they won't give the general public the tech. Because why would they also hide reverse engineered alien tech from the general public? Why does the military withhold so much tech? Why does NASA withhold so much tech? Why are so many things not given to the general public? You know, I heard something where it said the military is like 20, 30, fucking 40 years ahead of the general public in technology. There's shit we never even seen. And, you know, I got guys that went to the military, so on and so forth. I know people that work at Lockheed, all these aerospace programs, niggas that interned at NASA. I know what's up already. Let's just say this. Let's just say the Predator was real. Even though, you know, that's fiction, for all we know. The Predator's real, boom. The Predator comes here, accidentally leaves some of its tech. You think they're just gonna allow us to go buy Predator tech at your local gun shop? Come on now. like you know what we would do with that type of shit? You know what type of weaponry exists we haven't even seen yet? They still got us with fucking bullets and basic bullshit. You know what type of weapon tech really exists behind closed doors? Behind doors that we'll never get access to? But yeah, let me not go off the Richter scale, but you catch it.
Yo LTG, this is Cool Gamers. Still haven't been able to change my name back yet. And also, by the way, I am sorry bro, but I don't think I will be able to keep this sub after it expires in about a few days. I am gonna be busy with this new seasonal job after this week.
Alright, much appreciated, thank you. You can't keep up with $6 a month? It's understandable. Military industrial complex will always be 20 years ahead of what the public gets access to. Some auntie customer gave you her number. I'm guessing you said auntie because she was black. Oh, black chicks love white guys, don't they? They cherish you guys like kings. But See the shit that a Zach can get away with? A black could never. You know why? Because a black chick looks at you like her dad, her uncle, her cousin, her brother. So she's basing everything on, oh yeah, she also guys, you don't know, when you're dating a black chick and you're black, you're also, she's comparing you to people like NBA Youngboy, Drake, all the basketball players, all the football players, all the rappers. So you also got to deal with that. That's why I say interracially date. Because when you're dating a black chick, she's going to set her values are love and hip hop. So you're competing with niggas that you can't compete with just by default because what she looks up to are those type of people. But when you date interracially, it's better. So when a black chick is fucking with a white guy, that's a new experience to her. So she's not looking at him being compared to all those guys, all those things in the black culture. That's why they worship white guys and will always let white guys or anybody else they date outside of black, they get more leeway. You said Bezos would be able to move cubic kgs of water to the moon. Where'd you get that information from? I think 3i Atlas, if I'm not mistaken, it's like, from what I heard, Avi Loeb was saying it's interested in Jupiter. There's something about Jupiter that it likes. That is like not even concerned with Earth for the most part as much as we know. For all we know, they could have just dropped some secret probes. I mean, 3i Atlas is billions of years old according to our time. When I say our time, our clock, hour 24. You want to know something spooky about Earth? You know how this shit is a global prison. Time locked, space locked. Who here's got the answer? What am I talking to right now? Yeah, I put light skins in that category. It's just something nasty. It's something nasty. Why does your birth year correlate with how you age for the most part? Why, if I'm 80, I can't look 30? Like, where do the fucking rules come from? Why does the Earth control how you deteriorate? You never wondered that before? If I'm 100 years, why doesn't my body still work the same? Why is it because every time 365 go, I turn that and... I told you guys before, Earth is designed to nerf human beings and kill us. We're supposed to flourish elsewhere outside of Earth, but we're locked here. We're trapped here. You know? It's crazy when you really think about it. Why does it kill animals? But why doesn't it kill animals why does the Earth work so well with reptiles instead of humans? And then when you think about it, when you really bring it back, you're like, wait a minute. Dinosaurs were here first. So when you think about that theory, my theory has always been that the dinosaurs were destroyed so that the planet can be seeded with humans. I think that the destruction of dinosaurs was something that was done on purpose. Because all the proof you need is in certain sharks and turtles and everything like that. Reptiles live the longest on the planet. Reptiles and marine life. Because it was their planet first. This is where they originate from. Human beings, I keep telling you guys, the make and DNA of human beings don't originate from Earth. When you're on a foreign body on a foreign planet, your body's going to deteriorate different. You're going to catch the diseases. You're going to not work properly well, so on and so forth. That's why everything on Earth kills you slowly. Sea turtles live 200 plus years, exactly, because they're native to Earth. Exactly, crocs. So all these reptiles and marine life, they're native to Earth. If you really just use your common sense on top of research, on top of it, when you really break down how the world works and how the fiber of time works, human beings were not supposed to be here. At least our genetic code it wasn't created on Earth. Our DNA wasn't created on Earth. The sun emits ultraviolet light, which causes damage, oxidative damage to cells, which, my point exactly. You see what I'm saying? My fucking point exactly. The Age of Disclosure documentary. Where do humans belong? Well, here's the thing. So human beings, what we are is we're designed by something as a depiction. So basically what we are is we're cheap carbon copies of what really exists out there. We're byproducts. That's what a human being is. It's a byproduct. We're advanced AI. That's what a human being is. We're conscious, we're organic, conscious AI. With free will. So, and the tech is so incredible. The tech is so incredible, you can't even fathom it. You're like, no, I'm not fucking AI. You're a machine. See what I'm doing? I'm talking to you. I'm a machine. So are you. You said our creator must have messed up creating rogues. Gotta throw some comedy in there, right? Human race were created to be slaves. I believe that as well. You know, mine, gold, ape species, whatever the fuck. I say ape species because like peon species, basically. We start close relatives like Neanderthals. What is that? Devonians and Homo erectus that predate us. How would we be designed? I mean, easily. They come here and they try to redesign our DNA. But so what you're telling me this? So what you're telling me is this, right? So you're telling me that those Homo erectus, so on and so forth, roamed the earth with dinosaurs? Is that what you're telling me? I just wanted to ask that particular question. Exactly my point. So those things that was before us, right? The earlier humanoid things, right? Those were all fucked up experiments. And then human beings are the best version of that. Current day humans are the best version of that. Those were all just bullshit experiments. That's why they died off. See, your first gen tech's never gonna work. Your first gen tech is not designed to just have longevity. That's not what first gen tech is a test. It's your third, your fourth, your fifth, your sixth, your seventh, your eighth gen tech. That's when you start to just perfect shit. You said I believe the same thing. I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else, but of course you got a spirit, but you're still AI. You're still organic AI of technology you can't even possibly fathom. Because can you just sit here in your fucking garage and design a human being and create one like Frankenstein? Fuck no, you can't. You don't possess the knowledge. You don't possess the intergalactic tech, the intergalactic mathematics, the science to create organic life forms. Hold on, what is this?
Once you strip away your muscle, bolt 3 big gears into your shoulder. One makes your arm swing forward and back, one lifts it out side to side, and the other spins it in a circle. At the elbow, run 2 steel cables like strings. The first pulls your forearm up, while the other pulls it back and down. Then add larger gears to make it bend smoothly. Inside your forearm, add a planetary gear set that twists it left and right, and at the wrist, place 2 little gears, one to move your hand up and down, and the other to tilt it side to side. Once you
I mean, if you're somebody that ever studied anatomy, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. When you look at the human being under the skin and muscles, even if you look at the skeletal system, that's properly designed by a technological being that is way beyond what we can compare to in science and mathematics. So, the creator, whatever the version you want to believe in, is extremely advanced in mathematics, extremely advanced in science to the point where it's just like they created skin, they created the skeletal system, the muscle system, the way everything works. When you look, if you've studied anatomy, does the human body not look like a fucking organic machine to you when you strip away the skin? Just open up a fucking anatomy book. Like, so many human beings are just green to general shit. You're just living in your body and you don't understand a motherfucking thing. All you think is basic shit. You don't think anything beyond the surface. You're not thinking on an orthogonal level. You're thinking on a surface-based level. That's what's wrong with human beings. Nah, it's not just reacts. I'm still playing Mega Man. I'm just talking. What do you mean? What did they create rogues? Blacks and ethnicity is just geography placement. There's no creating rogues. Rogues are created via fucked up environments. That's what rogues are. They're created by a fucked up environment. It's a product of a fucked up environment. It's literally just that simple. And a race, whatever you motherfuckers like to call it, ethnicity is a geography placement. That's it. No style of human being is really just that unique to put it like this. No human being is just like genetically unique compared to the next one. Some motherfuckers have more muscle because the 2 correct people fuck. Some people are taller, some people are shorter. But if I take this thin piece of paper and slice it across your skin, I could paper cut every single human being and your skin's gonna shred open like paper. Because human beings aren't, there ain't nothing that sets you from me besides some fucking genetics. I already told you guys a million times, the only way I would be fascinated with fucking ethnicity, race, whatever the fuck. We'll just say race. Your ethnic background is if we all had specific powers. Outside of that, like, that's why I think racism is dumb. It means nothing. You could fuck black chicks, I could fuck white girls, Asians, we could all fuck each other. So, if we were so different, we wouldn't even be able to procreate. My dick wouldn't slide into a Hispanic box, an Asian box, a white box, a fruit chopper box. Like, I wouldn't be able to fuck everything. We'd only be able to fuck each other. Racially, right? Yeah, that's why I don't believe in racism. Genetically, scientifically, racism is a joke. It's a geography placement. I used to be big into archaeology when I was a child. Like, that was something I was really into when I was like 5 through 7. The cell structure, human fluid, Mosaic model, membrane structure. Yeah, this like the tech behind human beings is fucking fascinating. The fact that a chick can twerk her ass on my cock, and my dick is designed, my body is designed to send blood to my penis and allow an erection to get me hard enough to perform sexually. How is that not? That's fucking that's fascinating. So how the fuck? Once again, I gotta ask you a question. How the fuck are you an atheist when your cock's been hard before? That's grade A tech. We can't make a robot that can get erected from the feeling and allow the fluid to, yeah, bro. It's very simple shit where you just know there's a top tier creator with advanced knowledge and tech, billions of years, way ahead of our shit. So the fact that human beings could see something like 3i Atlas in the sky and dare call it a comet just goes to show you the idiocy and the surface level thinking, and also the dumbass fake arrogance of human beings to just say, oh, it's a comet. Why do animals have the same breeding patterns? Who knows? I don't fucking know, nigga. You asking me like I got all the fucking answers, like I came from fucking Andromeda or something. Even if I did, I wouldn't be allowed to tell you if I did come from Andromeda Galaxy, now would I? The real question is, just to keep it surface level, or, you know, for the surface level thinkers, why can't humans recreate this? We don't even need to zoom in. Why can't a human being recreate this? We don't have the tech. We can know about it all we want, but we don't have the tech. If humans are so cool, how do we still not have nanomachines? Well, the thing is, we're not cool. we're not. I mean, he says we kind of did, but like I said, it's not something that's used in general public, even if it is sitting in a fucking factory somewhere, in a lab somewhere. If human beings were to recreate this, but that's the thing. Here's the thing. That's why we're not designed to. We're designed to be an idiot species and to be limited on purpose, because we're not supposed to be what created us. We would be X-Men. That's what an advanced human being is, where the brain advances so much we genetically just all get our custom powers and we start to do godlike shit. There's a reason why human beings are just drawn to look in the sky. Something in your genetic code, something in your DNA that just wants you to just look up there and wonder. Animals don't look at the sky and just stare and stargaze and worry about, because they fucking come from this motherfucker. And don't say, oh, because they're not smart. Animals are smart than a motherfucker. We just can't understand what they're saying or what they're doing. Animals are very smart. That's how they know. That's how they come bug you when it's time to get fed. That's how they know when you come in the door and they hear your keys jingle, they know it's you. Somebody else come in the door, they operate off sound, they operate off sight, scent. We just don't speak the language. Animals are very smart. There's no such thing as a dumb animal. Anyways, let me get into the what do you call it? The game. I gotta finish this Mega Man, so we'll get off into reacts later. I'm over the talk. says, we advance in tech, depression skyrockets. Why do you think that? I think the reason why most people are depressed is because most human beings are not calibrated. Their emotions are not calibrated. When your emotions are not calibrated, you cannot operate correctly. Therefore, you have a chemical imbalance which would actually cause you to be depressed. It's a chemical imbalance. So look at life over the last 20, 30. Chemical imbalance. Blame social media. But social media also makes people depressed. It makes men think that they must make 6 figures a year. You're a worthless fucking peon. It makes it makes women think that without a fat, juicy fucking fake ass and juicy big tits and fake lips, that they're ugly. I mean, we could go on and on, but me or you or anybody in chat cannot fix what's going on with human beings. Things will only get worse until something comes here to clean. There's 2 ways human beings get better. Eradicate it. Or I would just say eradication. Or something's gonna have to come down here and open our eyes and restructure and change everything. Other than that, human beings, we're just gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. The fact that the average human being cannot defeat something as simple as depression goes to show you there's a huge problem with the chemical imbalance and the non-calibration of human emotion. Why does a human being envy what they cannot have? Right in front of your fucking face. But you also remember that envy is also a chemical imbalance. You're envious of something you want, which turns into negativity, which ultimately makes you depressed. If you're somebody that is hyper-focused on another human being on the internet that you've never met before, that's out of a place of envy. So it also makes you hate your reality, which is why you go ahead to lead a life vicariously, and some of you motherfuckers bi-curiously, by watching somebody else you cannot stand for hours and hours upon. There's a chemical imbalance of uncalibrated emotions, aka also can be the main cause of depression, one of the main causes of depression. Alright, let me get one of these things. No matter what I do, I can't clean them. I know it's not bi, but I like to say bi curious because these niggas are weirdos. But